Hello students, today we will continue in the second part of the Indigo. We were at this point when Gandhi had reached in Muzaffarpur and he had stayed for 2 days in the house of Professor Malkani and was welcomed by Professor J.B. Kriplani with a number of students. So we will continue with this point. The news of Gandhi's advent and of the nature of his mission spread quickly through Muzaffarpur and to Champaran. So the news of Gandhi's advent or coming, गांधी के पहुंचने की जो न्यूज़ थी, that had reached to the peasants, and the nature of his mission and what type of nature of his mission, that how he works, that they have heard about him in South Africa, that spread very quickly, firstly to Muzaffarpur and after that Muzaffarpur to चंपारण. तो उसके आने की खबर है वो पहले मुजफ्फरपुर के अंदर फैल गई, उसका किस प्रकार का काम करने का मिशन है वो, एंड विद दैट ऑल्सो हाउ ही वॉज वर्किंग दैट रीच्ड फ्रॉम मुजफ्फरपुर टू चंपारण. नेक्स्ट, sharecroppers from Champaran began arriving on foot and by conveyance to see their champion. The peasants who have heard about him, they began arriving on foot, पैदल चल के उसके पास आने लगे, and by conveyance, whatever the conveyance they had, either it is cart, either it is any other vehicle, so they were coming to see their champion. They began to come to him by foot or by any conveyance to see their champion. They were supposing that he is something like a champion. Muzaffarpur lawyers called on Gandhi to brief him. Muzaffarpur lawyers were also called on Gandhi to brief him. They frequently represented peasants group in the court. So there was also introduction from Muzaffarpur lawyers to Gandhi. Those who were representing the groups in court, they told him about their cases and reported the size of their fee. They also told that what fee they were taking from these peasants, and they also told more information about their cases. So there was a meeting between Muzaffarpur lawyers and also there was meeting between Gandhi and the lawyers of Muzaffarpur, and Muzaffarpur lawyers told that how much fees they were taking from the peasants and what was the case of what was the condition of their case right now. So they discussed about that. Gandhi chided the lawyers for collecting big fee from the sharecroppers, and Gandhi chided. Sometime a question comes that why did Gandhi chide the lawyers? गांधी ने चाइड क्यों किया? चाइल्ड मीन्स स्कॉल्ड, डांट क्यों लगाई उनको कि आप इतनी ज़्यादा फीस क्यों ले रहे हैं? गांधी ने ये कहते हुए डांट लगाई फ्रॉम द शेयरक्रॉपर्स दैट यू आर कलेक्टिंग ए बिग फी फ्रॉम द फार्मर्स, कि फार्मर्स से इतनी ज़्यादा आप फीस ले रहे हैं, बिग फी फ्रॉम द फार्मर्स. You should not take so much money from these farmers who had already been cursed. They have been already exploited by the landlords. So he said that I have come to the conclusion, after hearing all the things of the lawyers, he has come to conclusion that we should stop going to the law courts, कि हमें जो कानूनी कोर्ट है उसमें जाना ही बंद कर देना चाहिए, because taking such cases to the courts does little good. कि इस प्रकार के केसेस को अगर हम लेकर के जाते हैं कोर्ट के अंदर, इट ओनली डज अ लिटिल गुड, इससे कुछ ही भला होगा, बहुत ज़्यादा बेनिफिट नहीं होने वाला. एज यू नो दैट द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट ऑलवेज देयर इज हियरिंग सच टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स आर गोइंग ऑन. एक के बाद एक हियरिंग आएगी, एक डेट आएगी, फिर नेक्स्ट डेट आएगी. सो व्हेन वुड द सॉल्यूशन वुड कम, दैट इज़ नॉट सर्टेन, and that's why he said that taking such cases to the court does little good, where the peasants are so crushed and fear stricken, कि जहाँ पर जो peasants हैं वो इतने crushed हैं, इतने exploited हैं और fear stricken हैं और डर से पीड़ित हैं, to go to court that will help only a little. Then he added, the real relief for them is to be free from the fear. कि उनको रियल रिलीफ तब मिलेगा जब उनके मन का जो डर है दैट कुड कम आउट. सो ही वांटेड दैट दे शुड बी फ्री फ्रॉम द फियर ऑफ द ब्रिटिश. Instead of going the court, even if they won something from the court, the fear of the heart of the peasants could not be come out. So he wanted that they should have get a relief from the fear of the landlords. Now, in the next we have already discussed that has been given that what was the ancient sharecropping system. हमने इसको पहले डिस्कस कर लिया है कि शेयर क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम क्या था. अभी इसको बताया जा रहा है कि मोस्ट ऑफ एराबल मीन्स द पार्टिकुलर दैट कैन बी प्लांटेड. एराबल लैंड, जोतने योग्य ज़मीन है जो जिसको हम प्लो कर सकते हैं, जिसके ऊपर प्लांट उगा सकते हैं, जो कि बैरन नहीं है, बंजर नहीं है. तो जो एराबल लैंड थी इन चंपारण डिस्ट्रिक्ट वॉज डिवाइडेड इंटू लार्ज स्टेट्स. उसको बड़ी बड़ी स्टेट्स के अंदर डिवाइड किया गया था, बड़े बड़े जागीरों के अंदर डिवाइड किया गया था. एंड हु आर द ओनर ऑफ दोज लैंड्स? सो दीज स्टेट्स वर ओन्ड बाई इंग्लिशमैन. इनके जो मालिक थे वो इंग्लिशमैन थे. एंड वर्कड बाई इंडियन टेनेंट्स. और इसमें इंडियन टेनेंट्स हैं. दे वर वर्किंग टेनेंट्स फॉर द पीजेंट्स, दोज हु हायर्ड अ पार्टिकुलर पार्ट ऑफ लैंड ऑन रेंट. So the large states were divided into different estates and they were owned by Englishmen, and Indian tenants were working on those holdings. The chief commercial crop was indigo, and at that time the chief commercial or the crop of business that was indigo. उस टाइम की जो chief commercial crop थी वो indigo थी, from which they could make dye or color. The landlords compelled all tenants to plant 3/20ths. लैंडलॉर्ड्स कंपेल करते थे, मजबूर करते थे कि वाट एवर देयर टोटल होल्डिंग्स, जितनी उनकी टोटल होल्डिंग्स होती इन दैट इधर दैट इज 3/20th, 3 part upon 20, 3/20th, that is you can say difficult to learn. Instead you can learn the easy one, that is 15%. So they will compel to the farmers to plant 15% of the total holding. जितनी होल्डिंग होती उसकी 15% पार्ट है, उसको क्या है, प्लांट करना पड़ता उनको विद इंडिगो. दैट वॉज अ कंडीशन. दे वर कंपेल्ड ओनली टू प्लांट इन 15%, एंड वट एवर द हार्वेस्ट दे वुड गेट द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ दिस 15% पार्ट ऑफ द टोटल होल्डिंग दे वुड हैव टू गिव और सरेंडर एज अ रेंट. वो उनको रेंट के रूप में देना पड़ता है. दैट वॉज long term contract. So the landlords compelled all tenants to plant 3/20th or 15% of their holdings with indigo and surrender the entire indigo harvest as a rent. And this was done by long term contract. ये बड़े ही लंबे टर्म कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से हुआ था, मतलब पास्ट में ही ऐसा चल रहा था 1916 से पहले. What presently was there? Presently the landlords learned that Germany had developed synthetic indigo. What really had happened? Landlords came to know that Germany, the country, they had developed a synthetic indigo, and due to this, the synthetic demand of synthetic indigo rises in the world market, and the natural indigo that was planted in India or other parts of the world, the rates or the prices gone down of that particular indigo. So that happened, and landlords came to know about that. They thereupon obtained agreements from the sharecroppers to pay them compensation for being released for the 15% arrangement, and that's why they thought that they should now close the long-term contract. They should close the long-term contract, and they should, instead of that, they should take compensation money so that they could release फ्रॉम द 15% एग्रीमेंट. उन्होंने ये डिसाइड कर लिया कि फार्मर्स को 15% एग्रीमेंट से रिलीज कर दिया जाए और उसके बदले में पैसा ले लिया जाए. कंपनसेशन मनी है, दैट शुड बी टेकन. द शेयर क्रॉपिंग अरेंजमेंट वॉज इरिक्सम टू द पीजेंट्स. दिस शेयर क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम, इट मीन्स that they would have to plant in 15% of the total holdings and surrender the whole or the entire commercial crop. पैसा जिससे आना था, मनी पर्पज़ वाली जो क्रॉप थी, उसको तो वो पूरा का पूरा सरेंडर कर देते थे. और एंड दैट शेयर क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम वाज इरिक्सम. टू द पीजेंट्स। पीजेंट्स के लिए पहले ही इरिक्शन था, डिफ़िकल्ट था, ट्रबलसम था, उनको तकलीफ दे रहा था। एंड मैनी साइंड विलिंगली, और इसीलिए उन्होंने सोचा कि चलो हम अपनी इंडिगो को क्या है सेल कर पाएंगे, हम कितनी भी इंडिगो यहाँ पर प्लांट करें और उसको सेल कर दें, दैट विल बी बेटर। एंड दैट्स वाई दे हैड साइंड इट विलिंगली, उन्होंने विलिंग से अपनी इच्छा से साइन कर दिया। दोज हु रजिस्टेड, कुछ लोगों ने विरोध किया, बिकॉज दे वर थिंकिंग दैट इज अ वे टू डिसीव देम, कि ये धोखा देने का उनका तरीका है। इंगेज्ड लॉयर्स, उन्होंने लॉयर्स इंगेज कर लिए। द लैंडलॉर्ड्स हायर्ड ठग्स एंड लैंडलॉर्ड्स ऑल्सो हायर्ड ठग्स और द एजेंट्स, सो दैट दलाल जो बीच में होते हैं बिचौलिए, सो दैट दे कुड कन्विंस द पीजेंट्स, ताकि वो पीजेंट्स को क्या है कन्विंस कर सकें, मना सकें किसी प्रकार से। मीन वाइल द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट सिंथेटिक इंडिगो रीच टू द इलिटरेट पीजेंट्स हु हैड साइंड, और तभी तक क्या हुआ, जो सिंथेटिक इंडिगो की जो इंफॉर्मेशन थी वो उन इलिटरेट पीजेंट्स के पास भी पहुंच गई, हु हैड ऑलरेडी साइंड, जिन्होंने पहले से साइन कर दिए थे। एंड दे वांटेड देयर मनी बैक, एंड दैट्स वाई दे नाउ वांटेड देयर मनी बैक, अब उनको वो पैसा वापस चाहिए था। सो दैट वाज द स्टोरी अबाउट इंडिगो, एंड दैट वाज ऑल्सो डिस्कस्ड बाय राजकुमार शुक्ला about the 15% arrangement that was cancelled, and there was compensation money was taken, and Rajkumar Shukla had told all this story to Gandhi, and he also was determined to take Gandhi to his home, that is Champaran. So at this point Gandhi arrived in Champaran. Sometime question could be asked that at which point Gandhi arrived at the Champaran, so you will have to tell all the details of the ancient sharecropping system and how it was finished. So as now Gandhi arrived there, he also stayed in Professor Malkani's house. Also he discussed with lawyers about the problems, and he also chided them, scolded them for having so much fee, and he also concluded that the real relief would be only when the fear of their heart would go, and they should not go to the court. So he began his activities. He began by trying to get the facts first of all, because he had only heard one-sided things, that is related to peasants or the lawyers. He had not heard what the landlords are thinking and what is the real fact, and that's why he trying to get the facts. इसीलिए उसने सोचा कि facts हैं that should be collected, proof should be collected that against them. So he visited to the secretary of the British Landlords Association. ब्रिटिश लैंडलॉर्ड एसोसिएशन का जो सेक्रेटरी था उसके पास हो गया. द सेक्रेटरी टोल्ड हिम दैट दे कुड गिव नो इन्फॉर्मेशन टू एन आउटसाइडर. The secretary of British Landlords Association said that because you are an outsider, you have come from Gujarat or the central India and you are not from Bihar or Champaran, that's why we can't give any information to such a person who is an outsider who doesn't belong to Champaran. Gandhi answered that he was no outsider. Gandhi also argued with that he is not an outsider, he is an Indian, and in India he could ask anything from any department.